Watch this thing now. Do you know that they do it so much? They even do it for other things. I was watching Chelsea Arsenal. I'm a Chelsea fan. Arsenal now scored us. This girl was now asking me, Arsenal, they've scored a bit. So with Chelsea now still equalize. I don't know now. How will I know? Are you traveling? Let's be factual. How long can it take? Worst case scenario, if it's Hollywood, 1 hour 30 minutes. If 2 hours 30 minutes if it's Bollywood. 7 days if it's King of Boys. 20 years if it's Tinsel. Actually, Tinsel, I want to know the end. Tinsel! I've been watching Tinsel since I was in secondary school. Do you realize that when the first episode of Tinsel aired, Toke Makinwa was still black? Do you realize how long? Tinsel won long service award. Do you know how long? Do you know that some people met each other on Tinsel set? They became friends. They dated. They got married. Their marriage ended. Tinsel is still standing. And my mom is a fan. I remember when it first aired. You know the thing they do in African Magic now? At the end of the episode, next week on your award-winning Tinsel. That guy was very agile when he first started. Next week on your award-winning Tinsel. That announcer, very agile when he started. Next week on your award-winning Tinsel. I watched Tinsel last week with my mom. The announcer, next week on your award-winning. On the never-ending story. Tinsel. The guy don't old. And my mom was still asking, I can't wait for next week. I want to see who we die. I said, is this announcer? This guy cannot live till tomorrow. But if they don't do it like that, guys, how will the thing sell? You guys have been fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you so much
G to the guitar. Tend to pop on me, I know the fighter. I'm just a go getter, and I know they carry shoulder. Kulu gentle pop on me, I don't get time for no while.
Well, that's our guest this morning. The cat is out of the bag. Olu Salako, known by his stage name SLK, is our guest this morning. He's captured the hearts of fans around the world with his razor-sharp wit and expertly crafted jokes. In addition to his stand-up comedy, he's made a name for himself as an actor, appearing in popular movies and TV series such as Hustle, Bovies, It's Her Day, and Becoming Abby, as well as several other things that he is doing, including being our guest this morning.
So great to be here. It's always great to be here. Yeah.
Why?
Channels is home for me now.
Oh, really?
Home.
Where is your bedroom?
Just behind you.
How's it been? That's okay.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay.
It's a pleasure.
Well, needless to say, they say laughter is medicine. But do you think people understand?
Especially in Nigeria. Excuse my French.
It's great saying this right after a psychological analysis. Maybe.
I think you know.
Yeah, we could have asked.
Oh, really?
But not to sell laughter as a panacea, but it does quite a bit of stress relief.
You can go ahead and sell it.
No.
Please.
No, I'm not one of those people that will stand up in the bus and be saying this drug can do it. I'm not selling the panacea. But yeah, the truth is that even after you laugh, your problems are still there. But true. I think it's a matter of just equipping you to face the challenges. Some people that have suffered from depression and all of this, sometimes what they need is just that equipment. They just want to be equipped to face the challenges head on. So it does something to you. Might not do anything to the challenge as it were, but it kind of makes you bigger.
But motivational speakers say, love and laugh.
Live, love, laugh.
The 3 L's. Thank you. So it must do something for you.
It does.
Make your life, more, excuse my French, livable.
Yeah. And I think in this generation, we need that because we need to be able to laugh at ourselves. Everybody has weaknesses. We all have things that we, like they say now, we might be insecure about. But that's part of what I'm saying. That it doesn't change what it is, but it makes you look at it from another perspective.
Give us a number of 1 or 2 examples.
Well, look at what the psychologist said. What does this mean? You saw 5 fingers. Me, I
but
saw
it's true. I mean,
your mother.
No, but I always like to use this analogy. A lot of us have had experiences, like terrible experiences, that when we're telling somebody years down the line or months down the line, as the case may be, everybody's laughing. And you're like, that time it wasn't funny.
It wasn't funny.
It's because you've risen above it. You've been able to go, and you know, psychologists will tell you that some of these things are commutative. Like, if you fake a smile, you feel happier. If you're happy, you smile.
But it's more strenuous to fake a smile. It's more strain to you.
So sometimes you just want to laugh at the issue, and it makes you,
Feel
makes
better.
it livable.
It reminds me of what you just said now, SLK, and it reminds me of something I told my daughter. I said some people are abusing them in school and they were feeling bad. I said, how are they abusing you? Say, your head is not correct. Your daddy, your mommy. I say, okay, when they say your head is not, ask him how many remain.
And they can even help by telling you where to go and collect the remaining.
When they say your daddy, you say, what about him?
What about him?
your daddy, yes, what about
him?
His office
That's
is right there.
No adjective.
Your mommy, what about it? It will not be better for you. Say, how?
So it's the perspective you choose to look at it from. Yeah.
But news is not always funny.
That's why I applaud you. You read news with a straight face. Some of us, we can't hide our emotions. Sometimes we just read something and laugh or you cry, as the case may be.
But you also worked on the other news now.
But that was comedy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was a writer.
It's news.
Yeah, it's news, and we make light, or we poke fun at some of the things. And in Nigeria, there's a lot of fun. In fact, our job is easy in Nigeria because a lot of things are just funny on their own.
And for instance?
No, it's not my mouth, though.
No, just the news. Okay, it was in the news, for instance.
Bans pomo, or plans to ban pomo, and you're like, pomo?
Of
all the problems we have, it's pomo they are thinking about.
Exactly. And then we've also seen that animals have become very prominent in the finance industry.
Oh, of course, yes. With the advent of much more recently was termites. Termites became a thing. Yeah.
Really? How?
We heard it.
Termites
people now.
They earn money now.
They
they
ate
invoices.
Oh, invoices.
It's money now.
Paper.
Invoice.
They
Invoice
ate
and
paper.
Hey, now.
Paper is
Termites
paper.
eat paper all the time.
And snakes ate money.
Monkeys too did their own. Dogs are
they are waiting.
The dogs are very docile. Very docile.
Yeah.
So now that this is the issue now, we understand that you decided to go and be serializing some of these things on YouTube.
Yeah. Actually, not just YouTube, even on streaming platforms like Netflix as well. I mean, so I talk about some of my apart from the YouTube, which is like a podcast where we just talk about issues unscripted anyways. We just have fun. We're in the podcast generation, right? Podcast season.
It's a good thing that it's POD, not POT. Okay. You're writing another script.
That's deep. that's deep. but also, as a stand-up comedian, you want to have talk, because I believe stand-up comedy is social commentary as well. So you guys, by you guys I mean channels, you feed us with news and we arm ourselves. Like my special that is on Netflix at the moment, I spoke about politics and I was writing on some of the things that, especially the election period, because we shot it in November. So we talked about, I talked about, because I was the only one talking anyways, I talked about the elections, the presidential, especially the presidential race, their chances, and we just poked fun, basically.
Okay. How about But That Was You?
But that was you, Omorebi Custard. He's still there.
It's not Omorebi,
Custard.
Yeah. Omorebi Custard, but that was you was also satirical, or is also satirical, but it just is.
Don't be
Off and
afraid.
on.
There's no policeman to arrest you.
No, it's fine.
Talk.
It's fine. It's off and on. So the idea behind Bodawashi was, is an alter ego of mine. Someone that just also social commentary, has a monologue in the car, making a phone call, using word plays, very adept at word plays apparently, and humor, of course, to talk about things that happen, especially during the week.
Now tell me, it seems like every young man these days wants to be a comedian. Because, I mean, it seems like the whole place is just swarming with comedians.
I think
What are your thoughts about that?
so.
We have lawyers who have become comedians, chemical engineers.
Their industry is always stealing.
You know.
Veterinarians.
But would you say that about politics as well? There are a lot of lawyers too, a lot of accountants who have come
I'm not sure we have comedians who are politicians yet.
in Nigeria. Okay.
And we have actors who are trying to be.
Yeah. Okay. So I feel again, while I agree with
Unless you are saying that there are some politicians who are comedians.
no, that one is normal.
Eh?
There are plenty now.
That's
Really?
normal. Right.
Guys, educate me. I don't know. What are you talking about?
Some of them are even singers. Some of them are dancers.
Yes, I agree with
Some of them are
you.
dancers. Some of them are singers.
Yes.
Some of them are both. They do both. Some of them mimic. They go on stage during campaign. They do their, I'm not, who am I?
Comedians who are politicians or
Politicians
who are comedians?
Politicians who are comedians.
Give me an instance.
It's not from my mouth. It's not from my mouth.
He
My
wants to-
special is just showing
he
I
wants
want
to-
to live long enough
You want
to enjoy
to
the
put
fruit.
Igbo in your pockets.
Please, look, this is what we always say about you are talking about young people. You are supposed to be courageous.
Last I checked, I'm not Gen Z. It's Gen Z that, he's not giving. No, if you work with Gen Z, they'll tell you that I'm not coming to work today because my mental health. They'll tell
Because
you.
your work affects my mental health.
Yes. I don't like your look. I don't like the way you look at me. And for that, they are very
They
audacious.
actually do that.
Well, yeah.
Okay, all right.
No,
they're quite
seriously.
audacious, actually.
I have heard this before.
No, you
Does
see.
it really happen?
Yeah, it does.
Just walk up to the boss, Alero.
No, they're very bold.
Mrs. Alero, you've given me mental stress, so I will not be coming to work tomorrow.
I mean, we're in a generation where there are a lot of phobias.
Well, the point is, my
and
dear, you will not be paid for
collect
tomorrow.
salary.
I mean,
No, you will not be paid for tomorrow.
I've not worked in the corporate world before, so I guess if that happens, I don't know. And they have their own ways, and they are chilled. They are very chilled, like we say, calm, soft. I'm trying to get my Gen Z on too, so that I can appeal to the Gen Z.
It's
crowd.
not working. Because you wanted to ask him a question, please.
It's drawn out of my head.
No, she was talking about the exodus of a lot of young people into the
Yes.
comedy industry, and I'm saying that almost every industry that is doing well has that problem. I could swear that they are like almost all the females I know are makeup artists. We could say about that because there's a lot of there's a boom in the industry, and so a lot of people. And
Is there?
the truth is
Do
that
they get paid that much?
makeup artists.
Yeah.
Yeah, for those that have made up their mind. No, but
Really?
I want
But
to
yeah.
make up for one event. I'll spend 30,000.
30,000 is small. You're
Yeah.
so cheap. Ew, don't do that.
Ew.
I told you I'm getting my Gen Z on. Don't try me. You're cheap. 30,000 is too small now. Why are you talking like this?
Just to put
Is it for cassava? Is it for Gary? Is it for Dudu?
How much do they charge?
No, some of them charge a lot too. They charge way more. It depends on what you want, and it depends on the brand you're working
not be
with.
this face.
Not your face. Not your
Not
face.
my face.
Woman face. Soft face.
It's called face beat for a reason.
So it's only guys, only
face is already
ladies that
beaten.
make up.
Yeah,
Guys
yeah.
don't.
Nowadays we have some that
Some guys
that
do.
lip gloss, but I don't know.
Huh?
Some guys
I'm
do.
not there.
You are not there.
Some
I'm not
guys
among.
do a
Yeah.
bit, some guys do a bit of makeup.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mm.
Well, like somebody said, they're wearing earrings, they're braiding their hair. So please, God, add the M word to them as well to make them completely female.
Mm.
Yes.
You look lost.
I am completely lost.
We were saying.
Yeah.
So with all the comedians everywhere, do they all get enough work to do?
Well, like the saying goes, the sky is big enough for all the birds to fly.
I guess.
There are a lot of so I guess in the end, variety is the spice of life. People want different styles. You don't want to be monotonous. While my style of jokes, for example, could be maybe observational, while someone else might be very, very might be slapstick. You know, I can't perform like Akporo does. Akporo probably cannot perform like I do. So I guess that variety is also okay. You know what? We want like 3 comedians. You know,
Different variants.
different variants,
yeah.
just so that it's not monotonous. So everybody has their own market, their fans. You know, some people just like the way Apororo does his jokes. Some people like the way Basketmouth does his jokes.
Yeah.
Some people like SLK. Is SLK or nothing? You know.
Okay. How was your first stand-up comedy special? Thank God I'm Funny. How was it? 2019.
Thank God I'm Funny was you know how the first is always like, it was special to me because it was almost like 9 years in the making. I started comedy 9 years prior, if I get my math right. And so we shot it in 2018. It was the first stand-up comedy.
Is that it?
No, that's not it. It was the first stand-up comedy special in the cinemas. We took it to the cinemas, and it did quite well. A good run, 3 weeks. 3 weeks run.
You did the same jokes every day for 3 weeks?
No. So what it was taped.
Oh.
That's what the special. So we recorded it in 2018. In 2019, we launched it in the cinemas, and it did so well. People went to watch, and of course, after that, it came on streaming platforms. And so TGIF was special to me. Thank God I'm Funny.
And there's a Teetotaler
Teetotaler, yeah.
coming or
No,
already here?
It's out already. It's streaming on Netflix.
Okay.
Netflix.
Global, yeah.
What's it about?
So Teetotaler is my second special. I like to say, it's more edgy than TGIF, more matured. We were able to touch on topics that cut across, more topics. I spoke on child molestation. I'm saying I spoke like I'm not a comedian. Yeah. So I spoke on child molestation, touched on politics, like I said, touched on monarchy. Yeah. So touched a myriad of topics.
This will be...
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Those are snippets from the show.
Okay.
Yeah, we shot it in November last year, and thankfully Netflix likes it.
Okay.
And so they have it on their platform now.
And it's streaming
Now
right
streaming,
now.
yeah. It's streaming Friday, yeah.
Okay,
Netflix,
Teetotaler.
here I come.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So,
What are you working on at the moment?
So apart from promoting Teetotaler as much as I can, we already shot a sitcom, a series last year as well. We're just waiting for approval for that to launch in the streaming platform. So that will come out pretty soon. I'm also working on another special. I've already started writing another special, working at my comedy club as well, working the jokes, testing the materials. I'm also starting to write my...
Supposed to.
No, I'm starting to write my, my feature film, my first feature film. I've only done short films. So I'm working on my first feature film as well.
Your short films are around a particular character?
No. There was one, the most popular one is called Change, Legend of the Street. It was on YouTube, or it's on YouTube at the moment. It's about 10 minutes long. It's about a day in Lagos from a conductor's perspective.
Very interesting.
An Agbero's perspective. And it was nominated for several short film awards.
Really?
One very prominent one.
Why are you called Young Legend?
I started comedy really young. I started comedy as a teenager, 18, mainstream, 2009. And so I guess this is that moment. Like, for example, how we now realize that Nobet Young is now old, you know?
And Ramsey Noah.
Yeah. So there's Nobet Young, but he's old. Okay, he's old now. Yeah. So so there is that.
Don't worry, he'll watch this one. He'll call your number.
Daddy. Forever young. So think about it. He's one of the only few people that I always say is forever young. Yeah, because he's actually young.
He will be young forever.
Yeah. So Young Legend was just a name that stuck because I was doing like big things even as a young lad. Yeah.
Such as?
Were you doing comedy at school
Yeah. I started comedy when I was in year 3.
and making money out of it?
Yeah, little money here and there. Yeah.
To
Funny
buy
money.
buy what?
To buy shoe, to
Buy t-shirts.
add to my pocket money in school, to buy t-shirt. You know?
Well, the last time you were here, I'm pretty sure we asked you about, how your parents received you.
Yeah.
How are they? What was your reaction to that when you got back?
It was, I mean, they were happy that I stated that my dad actually said that he has open, his arms are open. His arms, like at the time when I was living, he made that statement that my arms are open. I'm not.
If the streets did not pay you,
Come back home. Like the prodigal son. But this project, they've been super supportive. My mom is watching this right now. She was saying that, oh, I watch it. I'm in transit, but I watch it online and all of that. Yeah.
Okay. So, is there any reference to mommy in Teetotaler?
There's always reference to my parents. There's a full set of my dad. There's a full set of my mom. I actually even spoke about my uncle. Yeah, so you can't separate the artist from the art sometimes.
Obviously.
Yeah.
What's it like working together with other comedians? I mean, for musicians, maybe we can say, well, you're in different crafts, but working with a comedian.
Thankfully, ours is a very communal industry where everybody kind of looks out for the other. There's this, obviously there will be cliques because people naturally, you have a proclivity to work with some certain kind of people. You gravitate towards some kind of people normally in life. And so that happens. But like everybody, I can actually like talk to any Nigerian stand-up comedian now, even whether we have prior relationship or not, and they will hear me out. And I mean, Alibaba is super supportive.
No, we know.
So everybody.
That one doesn't have a choice.
He
doesn't have a choice.
I was at Ombaba's Comedy Club last 2 weeks, and he was saying when, of course, he knew about my special coming up, and he was already drafting like steps to market it. Such a great man. And that's practically how it is on a large scale.
What do you think is responsible for that? Because in the day, when I was still working, we would call a comedian and he would say, I have something for that day already. But who else do you want? Or can I just get you?
Yeah.
He called somebody up. Oh boy, Alpha, on this day you get work. Okay.
Yeah. I think
you are ever so supportive of each other.
So I was telling my team yesterday, I said the idea behind stand-up comedy is very introspective. Stand-up comedy is such an art that is very down to earth. The comedian, the typical comedian all over the world, they were down to earth people. They were not exactly like away from reality. Society. We are always in touch with society. And so there is no, if you check, even Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, they are not like social media heads that want to look a certain way or have some certain exclusivity about them, except when they're on tour, where they really need to get on the private jet and do all of that. But on a normal day, they go. The idea of comedy club is like, we're chilled. You can talk back to the comedian. The comedian a comedian is introspective, he's down
human.
To earth, stand up, very human, yeah. As against our colleagues in the music industry, where everybody is just
everybody's a star.
They're coming for you. I have to thank you
very much.
Olusalako, SLK.
Yeah.
Truly appreciate the time that you spent with us this morning, and we can only wish you the best in terms of the performance of Teetotaler and all that you have to do in this year. Thank you so much for being our guest this morning.
And Teetotaler is on Netflix. If you
That's
can
an
access
announcer.
it, go and enjoy yourself. Have a good laugh. Tell us about it.
That's an announcer. And Teetotaler is on Netflix. Grab your copy.